All right, guys, we're jumping in real quick here. Just want to thank you guys for joining me. We're going to do some off-season stuff real quick here before jumping into the draft. Hopefully this time goes better than the Patriots one. I'm going to try to get everything done in about an hour. So we are in wildcard weekend, and we do have the second mock draft of the season. I think I did post this up though. So right now still they have Shedeur Sanders as the number 1 overall pick, Carson Beck as number 2. One of the things I like to do is go in here and take a look real quick. So what's considered the best player in the draft is Travis Hunter, and then we see him going at the very next spot after the first 2 quarterbacks. Both these teams, looks like the Bryce Young project is over and for Carolina, and yes, the Giants, yes, there's time to move away from Danny Dimes. New England has a quarterback, so going after Travis Hunter makes sense here. Same with LA. They still have Stafford. They wouldn't be surprised if a quarterback slid in here. Titans, Will Levis, I guess they want to give him some more time, see if they can do that. Now we know in real life, the Titans have put in Mason Rudolph and kind of are letting him cook a little bit more on the side. We'll see what happens there. Cardinals have a quarterback. Jacksonville has a quarterback. Miami has a quarterback, even though you may wonder they should try to figure out how to get him, or maybe somebody there just in case. Saints kind of have a quarterback, I guess, but they are looking to stick with the one they have there, right? And then Cleveland, yes, Deshaun Watson isn't turning out the way they were hoping, so it makes sense that Jalen Milroe is here. Now remember, this isn't the final mock draft, so this could change, right, during the offseason. You have quarterback Johnson, which makes sense. You got a quarterback here. This one, I actually think it would make more sense. They have us picking Cam Ward, which is a possibility there. Not definite, but a possibility there. But I kind of would think I would see Cam Ward up here, right? Aaron Rodgers is on his way out. No matter what, there's a limited time. Might as well get a good quarterback in there. Deion Walker is a very strong possibility for us. So what I like to do is look to see who's after, right? We got Will Campbell, Harold Perkins, Kenneth Grant. So Kenneth Grant, Deion Walker, those are strong possibilities for us. Definitely want to, I think the lines, offensive and defensive lines, is what really need work, right? We do need a quarterback, but I know there's some later quarterbacks. There's Drew Aller, there's Casey Jefferson, and Ugalele that are later round quarterbacks that are better than what we have. And I'm willing to give them a shot this time around. And then if it doesn't, I do believe there's quarterbacks like Arch Manning and stuff coming up in future drafts. So it's something I'd rather do than actually go after Cam Ward this time, even though it's like, hey, you got your quarterback of the future. Is he? I'm not 100% sold, especially when I'm looking at players like Abdul Carter right there. Like I said, though, I'm really keying in on the line. And look, you got Quinn Ewers still later. Walter Nolan, that's a possibility there as well. Get a nice 3 technique in there to pair up with Wilkins. Make sure, keep Wilkins in at the 1. So that is something. So that's what we're doing right there. We're just going to look at that. And then I'll show you real quick where's the playoff bracket. So playoff bracket, we didn't make it. That's quite obvious. even though we did win out. So I think we won our last 6 games of the season, which is crazy. I think we ended up at 8-9 for the season. It might have been our last 5 games of the season. We'll see. I'll have to take a look. But you can see in the AFC, KC number 1 seed, Steelers number 2. The Bills, they won their division, and then the Colts won theirs. And then bringing up the wild cards would be the Ravens, which is kind of a surprise because that means they lost to the the Steelers bought them out. And then if you look at it, the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Ravens all made it in, right? We were talking, I think in real life, the thought was that the whole NFC North division, right? 3 of the 4 teams there could make it in. And looking over there, we got 3 of the 4 teams there. So the NFC North showed out, and the only team that didn't make it from the NFC North was you got the Packers, you got the Vikings, you got the Lions. Who else is in the North that I'm not thinking of? The Bears. And to be honest with you, for a minute there, it looked like the Bears could possibly make it. So, but that's Madden, not real life, right? So yeah, there we are. So what I'm going to do is we're going to back out here and then we're going to advance, okay? Okay, so first wildcard weekend is done, and then our matchups in the second and divisional rounds. Looks like it's going to be KC against the Texans, the Bills versus the Ravens, and then over on the NFC side is going to be the Vikings versus the Commanders, and then the Seahawks, after beating the Cowboys, jump down and visit Tampa. Okay, so we're jumping in here, and what we got now is we got in the conference championships, we got KC versus the Ravens, rematch of last year, and we have the Vikings against Seattle. Seattle has said, hey, we are for real, and same with the Vikings with Sam Darnold. Can you believe it? All right, so looks like the Ravens got revenge, 41-14 over KC this year, and Seattle says, hey, you might have done very well this year, but we are going to go visit the Ravens in the Super Bowl. When we look at it, so we're in Pro Bowl week, and the Pro Bowl looks like this: Mahomes and Goff, and Prescott, Burrow, and Mayfield. I'm looking to see if we ended up with any Raiders. Brock Bowers is tight end number 2. Hey, Mason Crosby got traded. We traded Mason Crosby to the Lions, and sure enough, he went over there and made his presence known, taking up the mantle for injured Aiden Hutchinson. Calais Campbell, man, just age means nothing to him. Chris Jones. Nate Hobbs made it in. He played great. We put him in the slot, and he just shined there, I think. Now, this one's a little bit surprising. Dameon Pierce makes it as a kick returner. He was not our kick returner. We didn't put him in at kick returner, but there he is as a kick returner. Okay. All right, so that is the Pro Bowl teams. Okay, so we shouldn't be shocked. Back-to-back years as MVP is Lamar Jackson. Coach of the Year, Andy Reid. In the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Amon St. Brown. Dexter Lawrence. Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jared Verse. Quarterback, best quarterback is actually Mayfield. I'm surprised. Running back, best running back. Kamara makes a little bit of a resurgence, and he is now best running back in NFC. Best receiver, Amon St. Brown. This is questionable, but in real life, no. In Madden, yeah, Madden still loves him. Dexter Lawrence, best defensive lineman. Van Ginkel over Parsons and Verse. That is a little bit of a surprise. Best linebacker. Best defensive back, Jair Alexander. And best kicker, Austin Seibert. In the AFC, starting with Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year, Matabuki. Really? Offensive Rookie of the Year, Brian Thomas. And look, Brock Bowers did come in, was in the running. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chop Robinson out of Penn State, my school. Oh, wait, let's go back real quick here. Eichenberg really came on towards the end, got a bunch of sacks in there towards the end of the season in the last few games. I was very, very pleased. As to how he started to show up. So Lamar Jackson, best quarterback. Derrick Henry, best running back. Understood. Ravens just taking everything. Jamar Chase, agreed. Trey Smith, really, of the Chiefs. Matabuki, best defensive lineman. That makes sense. TJ Watt, of course. But look at that. Robert Spillane. And we did not re-sign him. We did not re-sign him. Best defensive back, Marlon Humphrey. Nate Hobbs did make it into the list. And best kicker, Nick Folk. And Carlson did make the list. Alright, season recap. Holy cow, that was a tight one. 2019 Seahawks beat the Ravens. Player of the game was Julian Love for the Seahawks. Wow. That is something. Okay, so we're jumping into our press conference off season. This is where I think we either get to tell them what we're going to do or tell them how we did. Let's talk about the next few months. So what we're going to do. What's your plan for the upcoming off season? We're going to continue building our team. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say we're going to make a splash and upgrade the roster. We need to upgrade the roster this every year. And that's true for every team. Any specific position or just the overall? Just overall talent. Overall talent. I ain't got a position in mind. I got to see what's out there. On offense or defense? Defense. See, I don't like this. I don't like it at all. I told you I'm going to upgrade the team. Once you start trying to nail me down, are you confident? Yes, definitely. We're going to sign somebody. We'll check back in training camp and see how you did. See, I don't like these at all because one, they're hit or miss, and it don't necessarily work the way it's supposed to. And we've seen evidence in other things where it just didn't work the way it was supposed to in both the Cowboys and Patriots franchise that have done. Okay, so we've already seen that. Here's the next mock draft, and this still isn't the final one. So we're going to see one more. So we only missed the first one of the season. And you can see this one has changed a bit. Right here, Landon Jackson is the number one. So maybe the Bryce Young project is still in full effect. We got Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter. So Shedeur moves down. So whoever was the quarterback in going to the Giants is now moved down, and it was Carson Beck. Saints, they say, yeah, we need a quarterback. Now that they have one that slipped down, they're like, yeah, we'll take this guy. And look, he has round one talent. So let's see, Miami still Jalen Milroe. Okay. See, now Deion Walker has moved up and out of our range. So that was one guy I was looking at. Cam Ward is still there, but I don't want to take him if I don't have to, right? And players that I'm really looking at is Abdul Carter, right? I do have to replace Spillane. Another player I'm looking at is Talik Williams, right? Kenneth Grant, and then there's Kelvin Banks, right? Only thing is, I wouldn't leave him out at left tackle, and I probably wouldn't move him to the right tackle. I'd probably move him into guard somewhere, right? Move somebody out. So that's what we'll be looking at. So that's the mock. Okay, so we got retirements. So Ogunbowale is gone. Case Keenum, Jerry Hughes, Danico Autry, Riley Reef, Nick Folk, Russell Wilson retires, Cameron Haywood, Jason Peters, Lincoln Tomlinson, Cameron Jordan, a lot of big names here. Zach Ertz, right? Matthew Stafford retires. That might be why. So that's, I think we saw that they were looking for a quarterback. I can't remember now. So John Jenkins is retired now. That's us. Amir Abdullah retires. Okay, so we know we need to replace those guys. Lane Johnson, big play Slay. Oh goodness. Mostert, Calais Campbell, Zach Martin, C.J. Goodwin. Joe Flacco's done. Ryan Tannehill. Okay. Levante David. Jordan Hicks. Micah Hyde is done. All right. Mercedes Lewis after 19 years. Right. And then these guys weren't on the roster already. Linval Joseph actually was with the Cowboys. Is with the Cowboys right now. So those are your retiring players. All right, we got 2 players ready to negotiate, and then a storylines players meeting. Okay, so will I accept Jameson Williams's 5th-year option at $23 million? Now I got plenty of cap room, so I can. Do we think he's going to get better? I do. I still have confidence. I'm going to accept it. I got him for 2 more years now. It has bit me in the butt before not accepting. And then you can see here, we just didn't, and key factors in here, right? You see, as we did better towards the end of the season, but at the time that I decided to move away from these players, their re-sign interest wasn't as high as it is now. But if you were 28 or older, closing on 30, I was more prone to just move away from you anyway. If he had more interest, I would have probably stayed with Terrace Mid Marshall. Isaiah Spiller had no interest in staying, so I was like, I'm not going to hold you if you don't. Marcus Epps, he was out for us all season, so I was like, yeah, I haven't seen anything from you myself, so I have no reason. And you're an aging player anyway. Akilah Witherspoon, he came in and did what I needed him to do, but there was no long-term interest there. Same with Ryan Neal. Harrison Bryant, just no, I thought we could do better. Josh Dobbs, he came in and did what I needed to do, but we went back to Minshew anyway. Jalen Guyton, just aging, couldn't do anything anywhere. And he has no interest. If he had better interest, because I'm not going to overpay you to stay when you're not interested in staying. And I think those were the only ones, everybody else just, he had interest, but he's 31, right? You see a lot of folks are gone now, right? They came in and they did their job, but just wasn't interested in keeping somebody on board that was either aging out or just had no interest in staying with us. Okay, so we're back on the field, practice field, training camp. This is kind of out of place here. Okay, coach, my agent's been telling me that my number one motivation I don't know. What's your motivation? Who are you? Oh, I don't want to pay income tax. Dude, you're in Vegas, man. Would you change that about me? Now, I'm going to say I don't want to change it. Reason being is that it gets more loyalty out of him, Appreciate it, coach. Yeah, I'm not going to change him. See, you get more trust. His morale is increased by 20. I want him to be happy. Dude, you're with us. I don't know if you have income tax here or not. I don't know if that's your motivating factor. I don't know if we pushed that button for you or checked that box for you. But hey, man, whatever, right? It says we got one more player to negotiate this contract, but we don't. We went through, and if we did, it wasn't anybody I wanted to keep anyway. So we'll move to the next stage real quick here. All right, so now the combine results are available. I don't look at them right away. What I do first thing is look at my roster, right? Okay, and then what I'm looking for, and I go position by position, okay? We're not saving any money. Nobody wants O'Connell, right? So we're kind of stuck with we can cut him, but we're kind of stuck with Minshew. So he's our backup, right? Pierce, we got him for a little bit. Zamir White, got him. Dylan Laub, I don't even know if I want him. No fullback, right? So now, Jacoby Myers, I might be interested in. He played great in the slot for us, and but we got Williams long term. We already re-signed him. We already re-signed Quez Watkins. Those are my outside guys, right? Those are my guys that I'm really going to rely on to get down and deep for us. Myers, since we are in a position, I'm going to shop him a bit. See, I like to do this, right? See if there's any interest and anything that makes sense. Ryan Bates, Jonah Ellis, nope. Cody Mock. That one does kind of move the needle a little bit for me. Isaiah Adams. A lot of picks there, but nothing really worthwhile. Jalen Carles. Nope. Ben Sinnott. Just not doing anything for me, not doing anything. Tank Bigsby. Is he better than Zamir White? and I don't know that he is. See, I saw this out the corner of my eye. This one is intriguing. I like Romeo Dobbs, right? Dobbs. Marcus Jones, he's just too undersized for me. Darius Williams, come on now. You're going to offer me a 32-year-old player? Really? Roderick Jones, 73, star development, plus a 5th round. And a hooker. I already re-signed Trevor Moring, and I have Marquise Bell. You're not, I don't know that you're an upgrade anywhere. You're more expensive than everybody else. This one is intriguing to me. All right. But is it better than what we have at the offensive line? And then the other thing too is, I'd make them give me more than just the 5th round pick, right? So I'd save some money. And then so here's the other one, right? All right, so here, and this is where this is, and then if they say no, they say no. Just like, no, guy. I tell you what, you give me the 3rd. And holy cow, how many 7th round picks you got? 187s. Okay. Then I consider your offer. See, they were lowballing me, right? And then I could have probably got more, but I'm satisfied with that. Okay, so we got that off the books. These two, right? These are my cornerstone at tight end, so I'm not so worried about that, except what's the name couldn't stay healthy. Now, here's something very intriguing. I could save a lot of money. I'm not 100% sold on Colton Miller, right? And I don't want this to go too long. I'm trying to get this. But the one thing that I'm looking at here is you gave up 7 sacks, man. And where's the rest of your stats? The last 6 years, right? But you gave up 7 sacks last year for us. So you weren't blocking much, All right, so we don't have a left guard. But we do, right? I got Andre James, right? And I also have Jackson Powers Johnson. And I put him in at center because I was thinking I might have him at center, but I might move him out. Reason I was thinking about moving him out is moving him here, right? And is because Andre Jones is a little light in the loafers for what I'm looking for, but he's center. He's the center, right? Now I got Dylan Parham, who I'm not overly enamored with. I don't like his strength. I'm not huge on. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get rid of this guy. Oh, dang it! Wait till he comes back up. All right, get out of here. All right, let's get the right thing going. Oh, I don't think I can. Oh, he's still hurt. Okay, so when he's no longer injured, he's gone. Thayer Munford. So you got Roderick Jones, right? He's stronger than Thayer Munford. I got DJ Glaze, who I might actually move inside, So Munford, I'm not overly enamored with. As a matter of fact, I don't like his strength. I can try to move him, but I don't think I can. And check that. Cameron Kitchens. See, we can talk, but guess what? I want something, man. I want something in return from him. And I don't necessarily need anything. Oh, you got a ton of 6th-round picks. Really? Well, let me have one of them. As a matter of fact, let me have one of them, and then the 7th a couple of years from now. It's something down the line, right? I'm just looking to get him off my team, right, and get some help where I might need it. Okay, so left end, Tyree Wilson. Yep. This one, I might look to move him inside to tackle. We got Josh Pascal, or that thing, Pascal, but we might end up. Yeah, look at that. We got Jared Clark. We got Zach Carter. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if he's not hurt, we're letting him go. And Zach Carter's done. Thank you for your service, sir. And then yeah, so we might move the other guy inside, right? Because right now, if we really look at it, these two are our ones, and this guy, 6'4", 318 is our 3 technique, technically. Okay, Eichenberg, like I said, he impressed me towards the end there. And if you look at him, he had 4 sacks, man. 4 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 43 tackles. He won't ever be anything other than our Sam, right? But if we find a better Sam, he might be our backup. Okay, Maury Burney, he really is our backup. Will, he's just sitting there as a placeholder. And then, yeah, we don't even have a Will, so that's where we're looking for our splash. Our splash is going to be in this defense in free agency. We got the money. We can do something. Jack Jones came on a little bit towards the end there last year, so I might look. I can tell you right now, Kelly, the speed just doesn't do it for me. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let him go. Right, time for free agency, so he can try to find himself a team. Devonshire, what doesn't do it for me here with him is just his low overall and his size, right? I like taller, longer corners, so that's why these two aren't winning me over. So we will be looking to replace them. So then I got Cameron Kitchens, right, who's not a scheme fit there, but he might move over and work better as our strong safety. But then we got Christopher Smith, who, you know what I mean? We got pretty much a lot of the same things here at backup. So they may not last long, but we got Bell and we got Mary. So we'll let that ride. We have no choice because we signed him for a while. And then we got Cole and Carson. So that's what I like to do. And then we can see we got 2 second. We got 1 first. We're picking at 13. Then again at 45. And then we got Detroit's pick at 55. Then we got 3 third-round picks. So we got the Jets' third. We got our own third, right? And then we got Pittsburgh's third. Then we got a 4th. Then 2 5ths. So we got Pitt's 3rd and 5th. And their 7th. Remember, we got that from them. So we got those. And then we got a 6th. And we got 3 7ths. And then look at us in 26. We got 2. This is what we got for Crosby, right? So what we got for Crosby was, yeah, we only got their 2nd round pick for this draft. But next year we got their 1st, their 3rd, yeah, their 1st and 3rd. So we got some serious picks coming down the line for us, right? So yeah, I'm feeling good about this draft, and I'm feeling good about the next year's draft too, right? With 2 picks in the 1st round. So Crosby, we didn't just let him up out of here, but I think we got some decent value, right? I wasn't gonna rake them over the coals for it, Crosby wasn't. He did have 6.5 sacks for us, but that was 6.5 sacks in like 8 games. So he wasn't lighting the world on fire for me, right? So that is our squad, right? And then we're wrapped up with Wilkins for a while, so there's not much we can do. We just got to hope he doesn't age out faster than his contract. Okay, so this is where we're leaving off. We have signed Will Hernandez, Rashid Shaheed, Reggie Gilliam, Isaiah Simmons, and Devin Bush. We will be moving Devin Bush over to the Will, and we might be slipping Isaiah Simmons into the middle linebacker spot. I'm thinking that's the way we're going to go. And then we're going to see what we get in the draft.